America by Mary Kate Bollender. North America. Table of Contents. Welcome to North America, page 4. Geography through Time, page 6. North American History, page 10. Government Structure, page 16. Trade, Resources, and Tourism, page 20. North America Today, page 26. Map It, page 28. Glossary, page 30. Index, page 31. Learn more, page 32. Havana, Cuba. Welcome to North America. North America is the third largest continent. It lies between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The continent begins near the North Pole. It stretches south almost to the equator. On this continent, there is a wide range of climates. The geography is varied too. There are forests, mountains, and plains. There are scorching hot deserts and icy tundras. 3 large countries exist in North America. They are Canada, the United States, and Mexico. 7 small countries south of Mexico are also part of North America. These countries are known as Central America. There are also many islands in the Caribbean Sea. They are also part of North America. This is true for Greenland, too. Indigenous peoples have lived on the land for thousands of years. The land and the people here have changed through time. Today, many diverse groups of people call North America home, and people from all over the world come to visit and live in North America. Toronto, Canada. Geography through time. Long ago, the plates of the Earth collided. This created mountains on the North American continent. At the time, the whole continent was covered in glaciers. Over time, the glaciers began to slowly melt and move. This glacier movement caused erosion that formed canyons and riverbeds. Erosion further shaped the mountain ranges of the land. Melted water from glaciers added nutrients to the soil. This made the soil healthy for plants to grow. Land of many climates. A climate zone is a region whose climate does not change over a long period of time. The types of climate zones are tropical, subtropical, continental, dry, and polar. North America has all 5 climate zones. The land and terrain change as you move from zone to zone. There are mountain ranges, forests, and farmland. There are beaches, deserts, and polar regions too. Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska. Taboga Island, Panama. Canada. Canada is the largest country in North America. Canada has more lakes than any other country in the world. It also has the longest coastline in the world. Icebergs can be seen in parts of northern Canada. There are many other geographic features in Canada. More than 40% of the country is forest. Temperate rainforests are on the east coast. They have a mild climate, but also receive heavy rainfall. Canadian rainforest. These rocks are part of the Canadian Shield. Rock On. At the northernmost part of Canada is an area called the Canadian Shield. A shield is an area of exposed ancient rocks. Some of the oldest rocks in the world can be found in shields. Scientists estimate parts of these rocks are more than 4 billion years old. This rocky area extends into Greenland. The United States. The United States is in the middle of North America. It has a mix of terrain, including mountain ranges, deserts, and plains. The Rocky Mountains in the west and the Appalachian Mountains in the east both run all the way into Canada. In between these ranges are the Great Plains and the Midwest. Much of these regions has been turned into rich farmland that helps feed the country. Most of the country has a temperate climate. Its weather changes with the seasons. Bison graze in the grassland of Custer State Park, South Dakota. Mexico. Mountain ranges and deserts cover much of Mexico. The Sonoran Desert in the north reaches into the United States. Saguaro cacti grow in this region. These desert plants can grow to over 40 feet, 12 meters tall. Some of them are more than 100 years old. The Sierra Madre in the west is Mexico's largest mountain range. But the country is not all mountains and deserts. The state of Chiapas has a tropical rainforest. Many types of wildlife such as jaguars, toucans, and iguanas live there. Bodies of water. There are no landlocked countries in North America. Every country borders a large body of water. Many bodies of water in North America border multiple countries. Canada and the United States share the Great Lakes. The Gulf of Mexico borders Mexico, the United States, and the northern part of the Caribbean. The Caribbean Sea borders the Caribbean and part of Central America. Sonoran Desert. Go Archipelago. The Caribbean Sea is dotted with hundreds of islands. A large chain of islands is called an archipelago. The islands in the Caribbean are popular tourist destinations. They have beautiful blue water, sandy beaches, and warm weather. However, these islands face many storms during the rainy seasons. The humid air and tropical waters can cause hurricanes. North American history. Indigenous peoples have lived in North America for thousands of years. Researchers used to have a theory about the first people to live on the continent. They thought the people used a land bridge thousands of years ago. Researchers thought the bridge started in Siberia, a region of northern Asia. The people were thought to have crossed from Asia to current-day Alaska. Today, this idea is being challenged. Some researchers think the first people may have arrived by using an ice bridge from Europe to North America. Or the first voyagers may have used boats to get there. Whatever way they arrived, indigenous peoples moved in groups and spread throughout the continent. They were the first to call North America home. Painting of a Lakota village. This museum guide teaches visitors about Tlingit heritage in Haines, Alaska. First Nations. Most Indigenous peoples in Canada are known as First Nations. Inuit and Métis are also native groups there. Today, more than 1 million people in Canada identify as part of one of these groups. In the past, First Nations peoples in Canada relied on the land for survival. Those who lived along the Atlantic and Pacific coasts were skilled at hunting and fishing. They fished for salmon in the Pacific. Cod was found in the Atlantic. They hunted large animals, including moose, bears, and caribou. They also were skilled trappers. They trapped small animals, such as beavers and rabbits. The animals had valuable pelts. These could be traded and exchanged for other goods. Animal fur provided warmth all year. Inuit, Métis, and First Nations leaders with a Canadian politician. Water protectors. Members of the Anishinaabeg Nation live around the northern borders of the Great Lakes in Canada. The Anishinaabeg Nation has a strong connection to water. Autumn Pelletier is a young Anishinaabe activist. She speaks up to protect native waters from pollution. Indigenous peoples of Mexico. Many indigenous peoples lived, and still live, in Mexico. The Aztecs were located in central and southern Mexico. They built complex cities and created a calendar system. The Aztec Empire was at its height in the 15th and 16th centuries. The Zapotec and Mixtec peoples lived in southern Mexico. The Zapotec were farmers and grew most of their food. The Mixtec were also farmers. Today, many Mixtec and Zapotec peoples go to northern Mexico for work. San Quintin and Mexicali in Baja California have many jobs in agriculture. Northern Mexico is home to many indigenous peoples. One notable group is the Yaqui. Today, they mainly live in Sonora, Sinaloa, and Arizona. Over time, they have fought many battles to keep their land. They have also fought to keep their water supply safe. Zapotec women create pottery in Oaxaca, Mexico. Zapotec and Mixtec peoples used to live in the city of Monte Alban in Oaxaca, Mexico. American Indians. In the United States, American Indians live in groups known as tribes, nations, or bands. In the past, some nations, such as the Navajo, were nomadic. They traveled around the land in search of food. Hunting and fishing were common, and they also gathered plants to eat. Other tribes on the East Coast stayed in one place. This was true for some Wampanoag tribes. For food, they grew their own crops and gathered wild rice. Salmon and shellfish were caught in the rivers. In their villages, they built wigwams or longhouses. Wampanoag leader Massasoit meets with colonists at Plymouth in the 1620s. Mesa Verde. Many American Indian sites are preserved throughout the United States. This may include homes or buildings. One site is Mesa Verde in Colorado. The ancestral Pueblo peoples lived there. They built their homes into the side of a cliff. People can visit and learn about the cliff dwellings today. Immigration. European immigrants first came to North America in the 1600s. They came for new opportunities and freedom. People continued to come to North America over time. In the early 1900s, the United States saw a boom in immigration. Immigrants from around the world came to the United States on ships. Most of them settled in cities, but it was not easy for them to get started in new places. They had to find jobs and places to live. Some children could not go to school. Instead, they had to work. Many people worked on farms and in factories. These jobs were hard. They involved a lot of physical labor. Italian immigrants prepare for a train journey to Canada. Languages. People from all over the world live in North America. In the United States, hundreds of languages are spoken. Because of this, the United States does not have an official language. In Mexico, the official language is Spanish. This is true for some countries in Central America too. Canada's official languages are French and English. In the Caribbean, 6 official languages are spoken. And across North America, hundreds of indigenous languages are spoken. This family emigrated from Syria in 1920. New life in a new land. From 1900 to 1915, more than 15 million immigrants came to the United States. Most of them came from Europe. They entered the United States through Ellis Island in New York. They went past the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. The statue's raised torch is meant as a symbol of enlightenment. It represents the path to liberty or freedom. Government structure. In the 1770s, people in colonial America wanted change. They did not want to be controlled by Great Britain, so a group of men came together to write a document. It is called the Declaration of Independence. It tells of their desire to be free from British rule. After writing it, the colonies went to war with Britain. They won their independence. These colonies became known as the United States. This was the first country to write a Declaration of Independence, but the United States still needed a plan for its government. In 1787, the U.S. Constitution was completed. A constitution tells how a government is set up. It lists the powers of the government. It gives the laws of the country. It outlines the rights of the people who live there. All the other countries in North America also have constitutions. Mexico's Declaration of Independence. Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson review a draft of the Declaration of Independence. Each country in North America has its own way of organizing land. In Canada, land is split into provinces. Canada has 10 provinces. Costa Rica and Panama have provinces too. Belize has districts. In the rest of the Central American countries, land is split into departments. In the United States and Mexico, areas are known as states. Mexico has 32 states. The United States has 50 states. Each province, district, department, or state has its own capital city. Each one has its own local governments, too. Independence Day Parade in Mexico City, Mexico. Young people in action. Young people can make a difference in their governments. Citizens in Mexico, the United States, and Canada can vote at the age of 18. Anyone can participate in protests and rally for issues they care about. They can call and write to their leaders to make their voices heard. Government leaders. The U.S. and Mexican governments are both democracies. In a democracy, the people of the country vote for their leaders. There are elections for local and state government leaders. Elections are held for national government leaders, too. Both Mexico and the United States elect presidents. The president's job is to lead the country. In Mexico, the Congress of the Union makes laws. It is made up of two branches. The first is the Senate of the Republic. The second is the Chamber of Deputies. Andrés Manuel López Obrador, Mexico's 65th president. Mexico's National Palace in Mexico City. In the United States, Congress makes laws. Congress has two branches. They are the Senate and the House of Representatives. Canada's government is a constitutional monarchy. This means Canada's government includes a monarch. A monarch is a ruler, such as a king or a queen. The monarch of the United Kingdom is also the monarch of Canada. But the monarch does not have the power to make laws. Instead, that is up to the local Canadian leaders. The people of Canada elect a leader called a Prime Minister. The Parliament of Canada makes laws. It has two branches. They are the Senate and House of Commons. Most countries in Central America are republics. This means citizens vote to elect representatives in government. This is similar to how people in the United States and Mexico elect leaders. Belize has a constitutional monarchy like Canada. Canada's Parliament in Ottawa. Justin Trudeau, Canada's 23rd Prime Minister. Presidential term limits. The United States has a presidential election every 4 years. A person can only be elected twice. Guatemala and Honduras also have elections every 4 years, but a person can only be elected president once. In Mexico, elections are held every 6 years. A person can only be elected once. In Nicaragua, elections are held every 5 years. A person can be elected president multiple times. Trade, resources, and tourism. North America has many valuable natural resources. North American countries ship their goods around the world, but they do most of their trading with one another. Mexico, the United States, and Canada have a trade agreement. This makes it easier to get the goods and services they need the most. Tourists can view Niagara Falls from both the United States and Canada. Where two oceans meet. The Panama Canal was built to connect shipping trade routes from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. The Panama Canal is about 50 miles, 80 kilometers long. It took 10 years to build. It allows goods to be shipped more quickly. Natural resources. North America has many energy resources. Coal, natural gas, and oil are major exports. The United States produces a lot of gas and oil. Most of it is exported to Canada and Mexico. The United States also has lots of iron ore, copper, and zinc. These resources are used in cars and electronics. Factories in Canada, the United States, and Mexico make cars and car parts. Many precious metals and minerals are mined in North America. In 1848, gold was discovered in California, sparking a gold rush. Today, most U.S. gold is exported from Nevada. Mexico produces more silver than any other country. Forests cover much of the land in Canada. Some forested areas are actually tree farms. The trees are cut down and more are planted. The cut trees are turned into lumber. The lumber is shipped around the world. Wood is used as an important building material. Oil pumps in North Dakota. Farming. There is a lot of farmland in North America. Food grown on the continent is exported around the world. Some of the world's wheat comes from the Great Plains in the United States. One of the largest exports from North America is corn. Corn, or maize, was a staple food for indigenous peoples in North America. Today, people around the world enjoy food made from corn, such as cereal, tortillas, and popcorn. Farmers also grow corn to feed livestock. Tropical fruits grow in Central America and the Caribbean. Fruits such as oranges, bananas, and avocados are grown and harvested. Farmers grow sugarcane, cocoa, and coffee beans there too. A farmer plants corn in Tabasco, Mexico. Protecting the land. As the population of North America grew, more cities and towns were built, more farms were built, and more resources were extracted. But some people saw a need for protecting certain areas. They created national parks. These are special places in a country that cannot be changed. The water, plants, wildlife, and soil are preserved. This helps protect the environment. It also protects resources for future generations. National parks can be found across North America. In the United States, you can visit trees that are thousands of years old. You can visit deserts and forests. In Canada, many national parks have stunning lakes and mountains. Mexico's parks include canyons, reefs, and even Maya ruins. Banff National Park, Canada. Yellowstone. In 1872, the first ever national park was created. Yellowstone National Park in the United States is filled with forests, canyons, rivers, and geysers. A geyser is a hot spring of water that erupts. The park's most well-known geyser is Old Faithful. Its eruptions happen frequently and are easy to predict. Old Faithful. Tourism. People come from all over the world to visit North America. Each country has many historical sites and large cities. The Caribbean is a popular place to visit. It has a tropical climate and beautiful beaches. Many people in the Caribbean work in tourism. They work in hotels and restaurants. Some of them work as local travel guides. Mexico City has many famous museums. There are also famous churches and parks. One of the biggest tourist sites in the world is in the United States. It's Disney World in Florida, and it has 4 theme parks and 2 water parks. A Mexican guide teaches visitors about Maya gods and goddesses. Maya Temple in Yucatan, Mexico. Street festivals are popular tourist attractions in North America. People eat local food and listen to music. There are costumes and parades too. Carnival is celebrated in some countries in Central America and the Caribbean. Public celebrations are held in February and early March. Carnival is also celebrated in some states in Mexico. Mardi Gras is another street festival. A big celebration is held every year in Louisiana. Some celebrations are held in Alabama, Florida, and Texas too. Technology. North America is known around the world for its technology companies. Apple and Google started in California in the United States. Canada and Mexico are seeing growth in these jobs. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a boom in this industry. More people stayed at home in 2020, so they relied on online services more than usual. Technology is constantly advancing. New products and inventions are being made every day. Mardi Gras Parade in New Orleans, Louisiana. Industries in Greenland. Greenland's main industry is fishing. The water surrounding it is full of fish and crustaceans such as shrimp. Agriculture is not very common in Greenland. This is because ice covers roughly 80% of the land. But some crops, including hay and vegetables, are grown. Tourism has also been a rising industry in recent years. More people from overseas are interested in visiting Greenland. North America today. More than 600 million people call North America home, and millions of people visit North America every year. People from all over the world come to see the many features of the land. There are crystal blue seas in the Caribbean. Huge mountain ranges can be seen across the continent. There are plains, deserts, and even rainforests. Nearly every type of landform can be found. North America is a place rich in history and culture. Many historical sites in these countries tell the stories of the past. Museums help tell these stories too. Ruins show what life was like long ago. Indigenous peoples today continue their traditions in their communities, and immigrants continue to come to North America to begin new lives. Mexican dancers perform at a festival in Yucatan. Technology made in North America is part of daily life for people everywhere. It helps people communicate around the world. Many other resources and goods are exported from North America. People have lived in North America for thousands of years. North America will continue to grow and change as time goes on. What changes do you think will happen in the coming years? Quebec City, Canada. Growing every day. The population of the United States is the third largest in the world. It has more than 320 million people. Mexico has more than 128 million. Canada has more than 38 million. Those numbers may seem big, but two countries have larger populations. They are China and India. Their populations each have more than 1 billion people. New York City. Map it. It's time to hit the road on a national park road trip. Pick a country in North America. Plan a trip to at least 5 national parks in the country. Number 1. Draw or trace an outline of the country you choose on a sheet of paper or poster board, or print a blank copy of the country's map. Number 2. Research the national parks in this country. Choose 5 of them and mark them on your map with a small drawing for each. For example, if you want to travel to Banff National Park in Canada, draw a mountain peak or a lake. Number 3. Create a map key to label the parks you've chosen. Number 4. Make a list of 2 to 3 important landmarks in each park. Write these on the side or back of your map. Number 5. Plan the route you will take across the country and trace it on your map. Window Cave in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Arrecifes de Cozumel National Park. Map Key. Sierra de San Pedro Mártir. Basaseachik Falls. Arrecifes de Cozumel. Basaseachik Falls National Park. Sierra de San Pedro Mártir National Park. Glossary. Colonial. Of or relating to the original 13 colonies that formed the United States. Continent. One of the 7 large groups of land on Earth. Democracies. Governments in which people choose leaders by voting. Equator. An imaginary circle drawn around Earth that is equally distant from the North Pole and the South Pole. Erosion. The process of wearing away land by natural forces, such as ice or water. Exports. Products that are sent to another state or country to be sold there. Glaciers. Slow-moving masses or rivers of ice. Immigrants. People who come to a country to live there. Natural resources. Materials supplied by nature that can be used by humans. Nomadic. Roaming from place to place frequently. Pelts. Animal skins with fur or wool. Provinces. Regions of a country that have their own local governments. Temperate. Relating to an area or climate with mild temperatures. Terrain. Land. Tourism. The activity of traveling to a place for pleasure. Tundras. Flat areas of land where the soil is always frozen and short plants grow. Treeless regions of mountainous land above timberlines. Grand Cayman Island in the Caribbean.